Norra Kärr is a place along the eastern shore slopes of Lake Vättern, just north of the small town Gränna of the East Gothia region, in an area classified by UNESCO as a biosphere reserve. The place is surrounded by EU environmental protection classified Natura 2000 areas and several national nature protection reserves. Tasman Metals Ltd with its Swedish subsidiary Tasman Metals AB recently published a technical report for their planned REE mine in the Norra Kärr, where they currently have mining concession. The next step the company needs to take is the process to finalize the environmental impact description report before they can start mining and processing the rare earth elements. Tasman's technical report shows that they plan an open pit mining operation where the mining and milling activity will cover an area of 10 square kilometers in a very sensitive area. In comparison, one can mention the Aitik mine in northern Sweden, the largest open pit mine in Scandinavia with the tailings ponds that now covers an area of 15 square kilometers. 10 square kilometers is equivalent to an area that would cover the whole of Södermalm, Old Town, the Swedish Parliament and Skeppsholmen in the heart of Stockholm. REE mining generates a massive amount of waste and residue products since the desired metals exists in such small concentrations within the bedrock, only in approximately 1%. Bedrock have to be blasted and crushed into very fine-grained sand and mixed with large amounts of concentrated sulfuric acid. The chemicals needed in the milling process have to be transported to the site in large quantities. The residue products from this milling process are, for instance, uranium, thorium, lead, and other heavy metals and toxic substances that have to be stored in tailings ponds for a very long time, both during and after mining and mineral extraction process. The type of extraction process that Tasman Metals Ltd presents in its report is similar to existing mining and milling operation facilities that have experienced problems with tailings ponds that have broken, leakage, hazardous dust distribution, noise, and poisoned environment. Tailings ponds and settling ponds, the most risky part of the facility, is placed right across a watershed and thus threaten two large water systems. In one part we find many streams that naturally runs downhill into Lake Vättern. Lake Vättern is a very important freshwater source that today provides drinking water to 11 municipalities around the lake. There are plans to connect more large cities to this important drinking water source, such as the town of Örebro and possibly the Mälar Valley and Stockholm. The whole lake is today classified as an EU Natura 2000 area and have recently received the status of National Water Protection Area. On the other side of the watershed we find the Svartån runoff area, where Tasman declares as the area where they will release runoff and industrial process water, approximately 17 million liters per day, which represents a great threat to several lakes and waterways along the way past the city of Tranås, Linköping, Norrköping, on its way out to the Baltic Sea. The drinking water supply for millions of people are now jeopardized in favor of short-sighted mining of rare earth elements.